Monday marks the 12th year anniversary that I moved to Portland, Oregon. And though in those 12 years, I left for 5 of them. I decided to move down to Austin, Texas, to marry what I thought was the love of my life, but then turned out to be the destructor, no hyperbole, of my life. So I was blissfully and happily married for like 2 years, and then like shittily married for like 2 years. And so at the end of those second 2 years, my now ex-wife left, and I at that time moved in with one of my best and dearest friends, this wonderful writer named Kristen O'Keefe Aptowitz. And Kristen was like, yeah, come move in with me. I got an extra room. It'll be awesome. We'll like play video games and eat fast food, and it'll be fantastic. And I'm like, this sounds awesome. And certain rules started getting put into place in our household. A large one, which started with I was taking a shit, and the bathroom door is basically in complete eyesight of the front door. And so I was sitting at home on the toilet by myself, and so I had the door open, and I heard Kristen's car coming in, and I was like, oh, I guess I better, like, shut the door, because, like, she's my friend and my roommate. And so I went to shut the door, and I was like, oh, wait, she's also my friend and my roommate, so I should not shut the door. And so as Kristen walked in, she like, turned, she put her keys down, and then she just sort of gathered herself, she turned, and she saw me, direct eye line, of sitting on the toilet, and just shrieked. And so I chuckled and I shut the door, and she was like, "Oh man, dude, that was pretty fucking funny." But no joke, I cannot see your dick. I cannot see your dick. So no Donald ducking it in our house. And for those of you unaware of what that term means, it basically just means walking around like Donald Duck with just a shirt. No shorts, no pants, no underwears. And so that was like a rule of the house, no Donald ducking it. To go back a little bit, the end of my marriage was one that was wrought with just a lot of confusion and sadness and sorrow. And it continued on. There was a number of things that I was suspicious about and curious about and was convinced about with a number of destructive things that I believed my ex-wife had been engaging in. And so I was like sitting with that for a very long time. And we were not yet finally divorced. She had left Austin for work and was in Louisiana for 3 months. And we had discussed that when she returned, we would get together to, talk about certain things and settle certain issues. And so the morning arrived that she was going to come by mine and Kristen's house. And I was like super, super nervous. I hadn't seen this person in 3-4 months, and had been sitting with like for a year of wondering what all these secrets were that she'd been carrying and holding on to for a number of months. And Kristen and I went and we sat and we had coffee and we were doing work, and an hour passes and Kristen says, when you answer the door today, when your ex-wife like comes to the door, you should totally Donald Duck it. And I was like, oh man, I can't do that. And I went back to work and I was like, oh, but I can't not do that. When will I ever be greeted with this situation of a joke where my estranged and soon-to-be ex-wife is coming to see me for the first time in 4 months, and I open the door and I'm not wearing anything but a shirt? And I was like, yeah, I can't do that. And I just went back and forth, and I was like, all right, fuck you, Kristen, for putting this thought in my head. I gotta go home and get ready for this anyway. And I go back to the house, and I'm like nervously picking up and cleaning up, and I'm spinning this scenario over and over in my head, and going back and forth. I can do this. No, I can't do this. I should do this. No, you can't do this. And this happens for about 30 minutes, and then the doorbell rings. And I go to the door, and I look to the people, and there's my not yet ex-wife. I haven't seen, it's like December 3rd, I think. And, no joke. And I hadn't seen her since August. And I was like, all right, fuck it. And I dropped my pants, pulled off my drawers, opened up the door, and she was surprised. She came in and concerned herself with the 2 dachshunds of the house. I pulled on my pants, and we went to eat tacos, and had a hard conversation, but that ended with her saying, you know, that was a pretty funny joke that you pulled of answering the door, you know, with your thing out. And then the next day, all the shit hit the fan, and all the secrets that she had been like storing for 2 years came tumbling out from other people. And so like my whole world just got spun for like the next year, rolling this over my head. But like, as all those secrets that she had kept were tumbling around inside of me, throughout it all, you know, like even when it was darkest or when it was like at my lowest point, there was always this moment where I could say to myself, but at least, you answered the door half naked. Thank you very much.